stars, welcome back to the channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome. This is Gwendolyn, and this is going to be a video on a monthly Tarotscope for Cancer for October 2016. I also want to mention that I've got a tarot course coming up at the end of this month. It's going to be released through Daily Om on October 25th, and I'll put a little bit information, I'll put a link here in the upper right corner, and I'll talk a little bit more about it at the end of this video, but I'm just going to go straight into the Tarotscope for Cancer for October 2016. Looks like there might be some time to take a rest at the opening of October, Cancer, but it looks also like you might be resisting that rest. Or it could also be that you've been resting a while and you're starting to get antsy. Four of Swords, which is what's appearing here, is a card normally in the upright position of, it depicts a soldier who's taking some time out of battle, taking some R&R, some rest and relaxation, to take time to reflect, contemplate, kind of just let things rest. So I sometimes call this card resting to fight another day, or it's just a card of reflection, card of gathering your strength, a card of, you know, taking time out so that you can have energy later. In the reverse position, it says that you're either resisting taking a time out, resisting resting, feeling like you can't rest, or that you have been resting for a while and then you're starting to get uncomfortable there. In the upright position, it's being comfortable with taking a rest. It's actually getting some rest, taking a time out. In the reverse position, it's either like too much or too little, resistance against this. So I'm going to encourage you, Cancer, at the beginning of October, try to embrace taking a rest, taking a time out, like hanging your thoughts up on the wall. Because swords represent the thought, the mental realm, the air element. Hanging your thoughts up on the wall and kind of just checking out from your thoughts, letting the clouds of thought go by, and not getting attached to any of them, can be very calming for you. And quite frankly, it can also be what renews you. With Fool here in reverse, also Cancer, it's saying that, you know, this being in reverse could be blocking what is leading to this. This is a new beginning. This is a new start. This is feeling fresh, energized. You know, like how after you take a long nap and you come out fresh, energized, more optimistic, more energy. This is the Zero card, potential energy, where all things are open and nothing is decided. And Fool is carefree. He doesn't have a care in the world. He trusts the universe. He is ready for a new adventure. He's trusting, has faith. He has sort of excitement or wonder about the world. And with this in reverse and with this in reverse, I'm going to say what's keeping you from feeling renewed, from feeling fresh, from feeling open, from feeling sunny is resisting this rest. Or it could be that you may have been, you know, huddled in your shells for too long, that you've been doing this for too long and it's time to break out of that, but that you're afraid of it. I mean, whenever cards are in reverse, it's fear, resistance, doubt. It could be that you've been tucked away for a while, Cancer, and that there is this fresh new beginning awaiting you, but that you don't feel like you're ready for it. But I'm going to encourage you to do that. Like, either if you have been resting, you know, see if you can break out of that into full energy, into the new day. That's what this is. Trust your judgment. Chariot in reverse. Chariot is ruled by Cancer, by the way. And Chariot in reverse means that you're not trusting your own instincts on your judgments or decisions. Chariot doesn't rule with any... He doesn't actually, control things through... force. He controls things through his mind, and he makes very intuitive, gut-based decisions. He relies upon his instinct and his intuition. That's what these crescent moons are about. The crescent moon represents the subconscious mind, emotion, and he relies upon that to know whether to go left or right, whether to go with his conscious mind, his subconscious drives, whether to go with his passion or his analytical mind. He can make decisions on a dime. because he trusts his instincts, he trusts his gut. And he crosses the finish line every time. This is, a card of victory. It's a card of focus. It's a card of essentially decision making towards a goal. In the reverse position, it's saying you're not trusting your feelings. You're not trusting your decision making. You're not trusting the ability to move forward based on your decisions. And yet you're very ready to move on from this current cycle. But there may be some fear attached with moving on. I mean, this is 8 of Cups. This is something you've been doing for a while. And it has to do with your heart. It could be like a job, a lifestyle, a way of being, a love relationship, a place of that you've been living in. This is 6 of Cups, so it shows like you've kind of been like layering the bricks on this for a while. There's been a lot of TLC that's gone into whatever you're ready to leave. And the sense I get, Cancer, is that the beginning of October opens with this new moon, which is showing here. So you may, at the beginning of October, be feeling restless, being ready to leave something, but yet also doubting your ability to move forward with it. It's really interesting. I mean, the sense I get, this is rest and relaxation, feeling uncomfortable with that. This is a new day approaching, feeling fresh, feeling renewed, feeling like being out in the sunshine, but there's resistance against that too. And then this is resistance against or doubt or fear about your own decision-making abilities based on your own intuition, your own instincts. And then this is feeling ready to move on, but not taking action on it because it's in reverse, it's cloudy, it's in delay. So the sense I get, Cancer, is that there's something brewing underneath the surface for you that you kind of want to bust out of whatever's going on as you enter the beginning of October. And I get the sense that it's sending you, it's sending you out of sorts a little bit. This is you, Cancer. This is Knight of Cups, which is, it could be any water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. But with this as your reading and with all of this in reverse and then this in reverse as well, I get the sense that for at least the first part of October, you're struggling with something that's brewing under the surface where it almost feels like something that wants to come out, something that wants to emerge, something that is being held under the surface that wants to be freed. And I'm going to say, it's like, let yourself move on from whatever it is that you are weary of or want to move on from that cycle. Trust your decision making. Trust your instincts, trust your intuition. That will correct this card and allow you to take action or move in a direction. Trust, be open, don't be cynical, be open, have belief and faith in yourself, and just sort of like being open to what happens, being open to the world as it is. That's what Fool energy is about. It's like not taking things so seriously, being a little bit more carefree, a little bit more just kind of youthful, is for lack of a better word. And this is the rest that you're resisting. So this is either been doing it too long, you kind of maybe have been in your shell too long, or you're not allowing yourself to rest. Either way, it's being like not acknowledged, not embraced, and that's sending you out of whack. I mean, it's turning you upside down, Cancer. This could be a message on your heart too. Knight of Cups is usually a message of the heart. You can see he's wearing the winged armor of Hermes or Mercury, who is the messenger god, and he's carrying this cup, which represents emotion, which represents heart energy. So I usually read this card as a message of the heart. Now, whether that's something that you feel inside you or someone else has a message for you, it's resistance against that. And it's a resistance against acknowledging what's in your heart. So I'm going to say, Cancer, one of the things that could be helpful for you for the first part of October is to just really allow yourself, whatever's brewing in here, let it come to the surface. Just say, like, what's in my heart? What is the message that I have for myself in my own heart? What is it, whether I express it to someone else or not? Just acknowledging it to yourself can bring this guy back into balance, back into the upright position, because he's in the reverse position. There might be something that you're holding back on with this. Cancers usually, you can have two sort of settings, Cancer. You can either wear your heart on your sleeve, which is what this guy does, Or you could hide behind your protective outer, Cancer shell, and the soft stuff stays inside. So whichever you're doing, if you feel like if you're not acknowledging something to yourself, that's keeping you upside down, it might be driving you crazy. It might be, it's just turning you upside down, Cancer. So I'm going to encourage you to look into that. Whatever it is, see if you can synthesize all these things. I'm allowing myself to rest. Or if I've been resting too long, I'm allowing myself to come out of that. I'm open to new experiences. I'm open to the fact that not everything is like the past. This is a brand new start. This is like zero. Everything starts anew with this. This is even before ace energy. Aces are like the initiatory new cycle. Zero is before that. Zero is when everything's unformed. It's the void. It's like stuff before matter even comes in. Stuff before light even comes in. So this is like anything is possible. That's the basis of this carefree, trusting energy. Anything can happen. And then, and also that it's not connected to the past. This is new. This is youth. This is freedom. So it's not like a repetition. It's a new day. Trusting your instincts, trusting your decision making, allowing yourself the opportunity to move on from the thing that you want, that you've been working so hard on, that you've been building, that you've been pouring your heart into for so long. You got to allow yourself to move on to that, from that, Cancer, because you're getting very weary from that. So I'm just getting the sense of allow yourself to come to the surface. Stop holding all of this in resistance and wonder you're upside down. I mean, this could even take the form of sickness, Cancer. If not physically sick, emotionally sick, or just out of sorts, out of balance, out of whack. So as you allow those things to happen, Cancer, that will correct, and you'll feel more like yourself again. You'll feel more real, more connected, more in alignment with your own self. At the middle of the month, there's some ways that I'm getting the sense that you keep holding on to stuff that is not useful to you anymore out of fear. This is Four of Coins, which has to do with holding on to money, as you can see. He's got money in front of his heart, he's got money on his mind, he's got money on his lap. It's money, money, money. And he's holding on for dear life to all of it, because this is a very fear-based card. Four of Coins is like holding on to every last dime, maintaining the status quo. I can't bear to think, like, I gotta hold on to my security. But the thing I point out in this card is that he's blocking his heart by all this preoccupation with money. He doesn't have any room for anything else to be on his mind, because that's where his focus and obsession is. The key to get out of this card, or to work with this card, is to open up, loosen up. Again, more Fool energy. Like, be a little bit less serious, be a little bit more carefree, be a little bit like silly even, or young-hearted, like laugh a little bit. That's the way out of this, is to not be so fear-centered. I like to use the image with this card of, there's like this Buddhist, I don't know if it's a parable or whatever it is, but it says, like, if you try to hold on to a stick of butter, like, if you clench your fist, the butter goes through all your fingers, you have none. But if you hold your palm open, that's when you can receive something, and that's actually when more can come in. So the key to this card is, like, open it up a little bit, be a little bit more flexible, be a little bit less fearful. This is a very stable, secure card, but it also can be very limiting. With this card here, this is saying don't be surrounded by false beliefs. All these swords represent, again, the mental element, just like the swords here in this Four of Swords card. The swords represent ideas, thoughts, beliefs, and in this case, those ideas, thoughts, and beliefs are encircling the figure and making her feel powerless, victimized, captive. There's no one else there, but it's her beliefs that are, making her be captive. And it's only her beliefs that are doing that. She actually, you can see, she has the pathway out of this. She could walk right out of that. She could actually cut these binds on these swords, take off her blindfold, and walk away. It's only her belief that is keeping her there. So This is victim mentality, this is powerlessness, this is maybe not even believing that you have a way out. This is resistance against that. It's fear. It's almost like compounded. There's another layer of like victimhood. I'm going to say it, in the middle of the month, Cancer, you have way more control and power than you think you do. This is feeling pretty stuck financially, I'll say, especially because that Four of Coins. Maybe what's funny is maybe try to see things from a different point of view. You actually have Hangman in the upright position here, which he's very enlightened. So I'm going to encourage you in the middle of the month, Cancer, to walk your own path. March to the beat of your own drum. That's what Hangman does. He's not worried about what everybody else in this square thinks. He's not worried about all their rules and laws and regulations. He sees things from a total 180 point of view, and he actually gets enlightenment there. So I'm going to encourage you to embrace the Hangman perspective, see things from another point of view. That's another theme, by the way, for October, because with that new moon in Libra, there's a real focus on seeing things from the other person's point of view, from the other's point of view. So whether that's a spouse, a lover, a family member, a friend, a boss, a business partner, whoever the other person is, trying to see things from their other point of view is going to be very rich for you, Cancer. Especially towards the middle of the month. That's going to get you a whole new fresh perspective. And it may enable you to end something. To finally, there is an end coming up that you might be resisting, but seeing things, what's interesting is that these are both in reverse. Sorry, this one's in the upright position, but this one's in reverse, but they're both kind of in alignment of how they're seeing things. So by allowing yourself to just be yourself and not worrying about what other people think, not feeling like you have to do things another way or according to like society's laws, the traditional way of doing things, you might have your own way of doing things, and it's totally valid. In fact, you get enlightenment doing your own thing. You're going to be able to let something go, cut off an old story. This is death, which usually means transformation. It means acknowledging the end of a cycle, like there's this blooming rose, it can't live forever. You're going to have to let it go to create new life. There might be some resistance of letting something go. It's very much, to me, in tandem with this card, because this card is feeling ready to move on to the new cycle, feeling weary with the current cycle. But in reverse, it's saying you're not allowing yourself to move on. Death in reverse is similar, where this one's preparing and ready to move on. This one is moving on. This is the end of that journey. So it's saying you're resisting the end of the cycle, but it's here. It's happening. There might be some doubt, fear, resistance against letting something end or transform, but time's going to do that for you anyway, Cancer. I mean, this is the changing of the seasons, the changing of time. You can see the hand of time turns this wheel, and whatever was on the top will be on the bottom, whatever's on the bottom will be on the top. This is a change of fortune, change of tides, change of season, tables turning. It's the evolution of time and how there are cycles and things happen as they do naturally. So the sense I get is that seeing things from a different perspective is going to allow you to see, it's going to actually allow you to work with whatever resistance you might have about having this cycle end and allow something new to come in. This is in tandem with this, it's in line with this Fool energy that you're kind of resisting, but there's something to do with I'm holding on to every last bit of money, but things are going to change and new money's coming in, Cancer. What's cool about this, these cards are almost antithetical to each other. This one's holding on to every last bit. This is that open hand. Remember I was talking about that? This one is the one that receives more. And this one is like new money coming in, the universe trying to give you new money. It's a new lifestyle, new job, new possessions, new assets, new money. It opens the gate to this whole new world, this garden, which is sort of where Fool is headed. It's going into the unknown. It's going into clear blue skies. In both of these, you've got the blue sky behind here. You've got the sun shining here. It's kind of like a clearer day. And it means leaving this old, I'm just getting like, this is like tar, this is like shadow, this is like dust. It's kind of like taking a windshield and wiping it clean is the sense I get from this. But this is letting new money in too. So this could be a new job. This could be someone even just giving you money. It could just be receptive when this card comes around. Ace of Coins, new beginning, Ace. Coins is the physical world, having to do with earth, element, the ground, money, possessions, assets, lifestyle, all that. So something new is wanting to come in. You're going to have to allow it to come in. You're going to have to let go of the old thing. Let go of all this like feeling constricted, feeling bound, feeling like stuck, feeling money problems, feeling like lack, restriction, powerlessness. Let that story go. By doing your own thing, doing it your own way, that's going to help give you some insight to that, Cancer. Whatever resistance you have towards letting go of that old thing, whether it's security, whatever it is, time is headed this way. And you might have to fight for it. This is competition. You might not be the only one who's trying to claim this prize. This could be person, money, possession, asset, anything of value, really, is what this is. And it's a new thing. But Five of Wands is competition. You can see there's lots of people fighting over it. So you might have to stake your claim. You might have to, this card has a lot of Mars energy in it, so it has a lot of action in it. It can be very playful, too. So this could be open warfare. Or it could just be like playfulness. Sometimes these could be like warriors, in which case it's open warfare. Or it could be kids, in which case it's play. And I sometimes say it could even be like sport, because it's really a hybrid between those two things. It's really just like Mars energy in its raw form. So that's my reading for you, Cancer, for October. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please feel free to put those down in the comments. Or if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up or share it with another Cancer who you think might enjoy the message. And if you've subscribed already, thank you. I love my stars. And if you'd like to subscribe, you can get notifications of every time I publish a new video in your inbox. And then a little bit about the course that I'm releasing. It's going to be through Daily Ohm. And it's going to be a card a day for 22 days. You'll get 22 lessons. It's going to start with this card, the Fool. It's going to go through all of the major arcana cards. So each day you'll get one card that it focuses on, and it'll talk about its meanings, its reversal meanings, mythological correspondences, astrological correspondences, numerological correspondences, and then I'll also have a video on each one, just like a 3 or 4 minute video on each card with each lesson. So if you're interested in checking that out or signing up for that, again, I'll have a little link here in the top right corner. But as always, I just want to thank everyone for watching. Yours in the stars.